In the dead of night, a 15-year-old left home. He was told to pick up a gun. He claims he didn't know why. It was just a job. So this is the journey he would have taken in a taxi last May. He was getting instructions constantly on a secure messaging app, telling him where to go, where to find the gun, what to do next. And his target was the Israeli embassy in Stockholm. He never makes it to his destination. Police stop him en route. But within 24 hours, another kid, this time just 14 years old, is dispatched. Different route, but the same target. And this time, he gets there. He fired several shots near the embassy, just behind me here, and then ran in this direction, throwing the gun as he fled. And as police caught up with him, they grabbed him, chucked him to the ground, and then they noticed he was still holding his phone, and someone was calling him. Who were these kids talking to, and why were they directed to an Israeli target? Police say the attempted attacks were among several last year targeting the Israeli embassy in Stockholm. Swedish intelligence told CNN gangs acting on behalf of Iran were behind the plots, often using teenagers.
Wiener Haus neben der alten Synagoge in Essen.
2 men accused of planning attacks on a Jewish restaurant in central Athens.
Beyond Sweden, the US and its allies have warned of a rise in attacks on Jewish and Israeli sites in Europe in recent years. Among the targets, a synagogue in Germany and a Jewish restaurant in Greece. A CNN investigation can now reveal criminal networks are often using the most vulnerable in society to do it. But it was in Sweden that we found the youngest suspects. René Lobos knows these kids well. He himself used to be part of one of Sweden's most notorious and violent gangs. But he says they're even more dangerous now.
If you don't have murdered anybody, you are nothing. You are like equal like anybody else. So they need to do it to be taken serious. And it's just being in a community, like they have their own community, like they don't want to be alone.
A community, a sense of belonging, but it's also about the money.
Like a work to do here, you got a work to do here. Who wants to take this one? You're gonna get paid like this, so much money, and they take it. They take the job and they do it, and then they get paid.
So the crime is like a service?
Yes.
And Iran is exploiting this desire for money, status and respect, Swedish intelligence say, using the existing gangs as middlemen to recruit kids. These middlemen are Rawa Majid and Ismail Abdo, leaders of 2 rival Swedish gangs, Foxtrot and Rumba. Both are wanted by Interpol. Christopher Bowman spent 20 years investigating organised crime for Swedish police and says the involvement of foreign state actors complicates the picture.
Now it's transformed to be globally. You have people sitting in other countries dictating the crime. They are sending messages to Sweden, kill that one, and so on. It's easier when you have the gangs, you have the people on one place. Now everything is global and everything is also digital.
Social media is indeed key. We found dozens of messages online offering kids money for violent crimes. Skull emojis indicating a killing, dollar emojis indicating payment. The gamification of gang warfare. But it has very real consequences. In a cemetery on the outskirts of Stockholm, the latest children's graves. A stark reminder of the ultimate cost young people pay for gang violence. Groomed to service Swedish gangs. Now, authorities say, exploited by Iran. It is vulnerable children at the heart of Iran's shadow war with Israel. Katie Polglaze, CNN, Stockholm, Sweden.